an honor for me to be seen in that. I'm just somebody that, I love the Lord.
Yeah.
I hate religion, and I don't like it when, because of religion, we put a face on God that is not the face of God.
Oh wow.
Because many times what we put on God is the face of tradition,
Culture.
doctrine,
Yeah.
and then God becomes complicated.
Wow.
Because if I go somewhere in the name of Ojay, whatever I do in that place will be seen as ordered by Ojay,
Yeah.
even if you have nothing to do with it. And that's what I find, that in our experiences, a lot of people are using the name of God to scam. A lot of people are using the name of God to cheat. A lot of people are using the name of God to oppress. So this is the appearance of God that people see. Because the thing is that people don't see God, but they see God in men.
Yeah.
And that's why I like the sayings of the Indians. They call it namaste. So what that means is, I salute the God you carry, because they believe every man is a carrier of God.
Namaste.
Namaste, yes.
Namaste. Oh wow.
How powerful and how profound. They believe every man carries God.
Yeah.
So the face that you put on God many times is man. Because even when he was manifested, in time, he was found a man. So the best face that God can have is a man. So, and that's why at every point in time, I always try to, just know God. I don't want to know religion. I don't want to know religion. My daughter asked me a question that I have not been able to answer.
Okay.
She asked me, who is God? I could not answer her.
That question it plagued me all through my growing up
I'm
years.
telling you, she said, who is God?
And
because I don't want her to know the God that I was introduced to.
Oh wow.
Yes, so now I'm on a journey, I'm on a path, to understanding, that the purpose of God is expressed in men. That when men pray to God, he prays back to men.
Yeah.
And that he has given this world, to men. He has given it to us to bring the world so that as it is in heaven, it will be on earth. It's not his responsibility, it is our responsibility. And that will happen by knowledge, revelation knowledge, by understanding what his plan is. I'm telling you, we're actors, and he has given us the script. The Bible, that's why it's called the scriptures. It's a compendium of scripts.
Wow.
And each of us play a particular role. And to the extent to which you interpret your role is how you get awarded. Many times I discovered that if you miss the information from the beginning, it will be difficult to get it right in the middle. So this is how the Bible puts it. He said, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So that means that the information you miss at the beginning will be difficult to correct in the middle. You may have to bring down everything you've built to get back to the foundation, because the problem is always in the foundation. So I discovered that a lot of times we get it wrong from our foundation. So in Genesis 1:1, we know the story. God created the heavens and the earth. I don't want to go through that.
Yeah.
But then he put a man in the garden, and then he said to the man, of everything I've created, you can interact, but this particular tree. But you see, hidden in plain sight is always what God is doing. And so when Jesus came, he said, it is given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom. He said, but those who are not in the kingdom, it comes to them as mysteries. But it's not supposed to be a mystery. So it is hidden in plain sight. And what am I saying? So when the enemy came, and this is very, very fundamental, he did not argue with Eve to say, God did not tell you what he said. He just got her to doubt it. Did God really mean it? Did God really say, and all that? And when she ate of the fruit, Adam came and ate also of the fruits, and when they heard the voice of God, they were afraid. Now, let me tell you what is in that mix.
Okay.
It's so powerful, because when God came, read it again, his emphasis was not about what they ate, so much so that, I'm angry you ate it, but it was more about who they listened to. He said, who told you? So that is a very big pointer right there, that many times, the result of the things we do is as a result of who we listen to.
Okay.
So Eve ate it. When she saw, how did she see? The enemy painted a picture that was different from what God told her. So many times, the way we partake of what God does not want us to eat of is when we receive the painting and the imagination of the enemy. When we take the counsel of people more than what God has said to us. So guess what? A lot of people, and I say this, with every sense of responsibility, a lot of people, say things like, if not for Adam, we would not be suffering now. We would have still been in the garden. But what people fail to realize is that, Adam, being in that garden, and Jesus coming to die has brought us back to the garden experience. So each and every one of us were in our gardens.
Okay.
Like it is in the beginning. But guess what makes us to be driven out of that garden? When we begin to open up ourselves to a knowledge we are not supposed to have. So guess what? Adam had access to everything that God created. He had dominion, as it were.
Okay.
And then he gave it all up. But even in what Adam did, it's so deep, but let me try to not sound too
churchy,
too controversial or anything like that. But to put it this way, that in God, but I just want to establish a principle, that in God, when you see something happen, it's a demonstration of what will yet happen. Okay. So when we listen to different voices, you find out that we become afraid. That is when you begin to doubt yourself. When you interact with God, He tells you things about you. Many times those things are greater than your achievement, your educational possibilities, but your mind can receive them because your mind is spiritual. Your spirit can receive them. But by the time you begin to bring it to your conscious mind, you begin to have a bit of conflict. And many times it is that mind that we use to reason with people what we can do or the things we cannot do. Okay. So when we get to that level, that we open our hearts to people, our minds to people, and then they color those things, they water it down, they begin to tell you that you can't do those things, and you believe it. Guess what happens? It will lead to that experience. You are now driven out of the garden. You now begin to do things that should come to you naturally. You now begin to struggle. Why? Because you have taken the opinion of people over what God has said to you.